She said, "I'm pregnant." But we hadn't been intimate in months. So I threw the baby shower of her dreams, then exposed her affair in front of everyone. Hello to my viewers. Let me tell you a story that burned down my world. And in the ashes, I found the truth. My name is Ethan, and for the past 3 years, I thought I was living the American dream. I married Grace, the woman I believed was my forever. Our story started at a cozy little coffee shop near her workplace. And from that very first moment, everything seemed so right, so effortless. I wasn't just another guy looking for a fair-weather relationship. When life got tough, I rolled up my sleeves and stayed in the storm. When Grace lost her job at a design firm last year, I took double shifts, working overtime just to keep our mortgage paid. When her mother was diagnosed with cancer, I personally drove Grace to the hospital every single day for 2 months, even if it meant cutting my hours at work. I was there for her through the pain, the panic, the sleepless nights. I cooked her favorite meals, held her while she cried, and took on every household responsibility without complaint. She used to tell me I was different. She'd whisper, "You actually listen, Ethan. You notice the little things." And I did. I remembered that her favorite flowers were sunflowers, not roses. I knew exactly how she took her coffee, 1 sugar cube, no more, no less. I redesigned our bedroom when she offhandedly mentioned wanting a new look. Our friends would watch us at dinner parties and say we were the couple everyone else wanted to be. Husbands would groan about chores while Grace boasted that I did the laundry without being asked. I was that guy, the husband people admired, the one who put in the work and took pride in it. So when Grace said she wanted to start a family, I was overjoyed. We'd been trying for 8 months, but it wasn't easy. My work schedule was killing me. 60 hours a week for a promotion I desperately wanted, and she was juggling freelance projects and caregiving for her mom. We were tired. We were distant. We were more like roommates than lovers. But still, I believed. I thought that, with enough time, things would fall into place. Then one afternoon in early March, Grace came to me with tear-filled eyes and a positive pregnancy test. I didn't question it. I scooped her into my arms, spun her around the kitchen, and we both cried with joy. That same day, I started planning our future. I researched pediatricians, bought parenting books, downloaded every pregnancy app one could find. I cooked, cleaned, showed up to every doctor's appointment, and built the crib with my own 2 hands. I even started a college fund before we knew the baby's gender. Grace's friends would look at me with awe. Her mother, who had been cautious about me in the beginning, began referring to me as the son she never had. Everyone said I was going to be the world's greatest dad. And I believed it. I poured every bit of love and hope into that child. A child I thought was mine. But love has a way of making you blind to the obvious. I remembered the exact date she told me, March 3rd, just 1 day after I got promoted at work. I did the math. 6 weeks pregnant meant conception in mid-January. That didn't add up. We hadn't been intimate since New Year's Eve. But I brushed it off. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe we had a quick moment I'd forgotten. I wanted to believe so badly that this miracle was ours. Still, the doubt grew. Every time we visited the doctor, every time they mentioned a due date, my heart sank a little deeper. I replayed our calendar over and over. January and February had been hell, endless shifts at work, her mom's health crises. We barely saw each other. She was always asleep on the couch by the time I got home, and I'd just tuck her in and head to bed alone. Then the changes began. Grace was suddenly guarded with her phone. Calls taken in the other room, mysterious book club nights where she'd come home hours later, smelling like a mix of her perfume and a strange cologne. She'd say she ate already. She'd say she was tired. But she was distant, cold, and I was desperate. When she started planning the baby shower, she was obsessive about doing it all herself, even the invitations. That wasn't like her. She loved having me help with parties. But she kept saying, "Don't worry, I got this." She invited people I'd never met. One name jumped out, Marcus. "Just a friend from work," she said. Funny, I knew all her coworkers. There was never a Marcus. That was when I hired the private investigator. Something deep inside me already knew. I just needed proof. And proof is what I got. Photos of Grace with Marcus at a hotel repeatedly. Texts from Valentine's Day saying, "I think I'm pregnant. We need to talk." I sat with that envelope for days, my hands trembling as I reread the words, stared at the pictures. I didn't want to believe it, but there it was, cold, unforgiving truth. The baby wasn't mine. The woman I loved had betrayed me, and the child I dreamed about didn't even belong to me. I decided to expose it all at the baby shower, the same event I'd helped plan, the one meant to celebrate a new life. I set up the tables, hung the decorations, played the role of the loving husband one final time. Everyone gathered in the backyard, family, friends, even Grace's mother, who was beaming with pride. Then Marcus walked in, late, carrying a gift bag that looked expensive. He hugged Grace like he knew her better than he should. I saw her flinch when she noticed I was watching, and I knew it was time. I took a deep breath, walked to the center of the crowd, and held up the envelope. "Before we open more gifts," I said, "I have something important to share." The laughter stopped. The smiles faded. Grace turned pale. Her eyes found mine, and she knew. "I know about Marcus," I said. "I know about the hotel. I know that this baby isn't mine." The gasps, the shocked faces, the complete silence. I'll never forget it. I pulled out a photo. This was taken January 15th. Grace told me she was 6 weeks pregnant on March 3rd. We haven't been intimate since New Year's Eve. Grace broke down in tears. "Please, Ethan. I'm so sorry. It was a mistake." Her mother tried to defend her, but even she looked like the ground had been pulled out from beneath her feet. Grace couldn't deny it. "It's true," she whispered. "The baby is Marcus's." The party ended in chaos. People left quietly. Marcus vanished. Grace cried and pleaded, said she felt neglected, said it didn't mean anything. But I was already gone. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I went to stay with my brother that night. I haven't slept in our house since. And though it hurt like hell, I knew I did the right thing. I exposed the truth in broad daylight, the same way she had been hiding lies in the dark. Some betrayals you don't heal from. Some cuts go too deep. And sometimes, the best way to save yourself is to burn down the illusion you built, no matter how beautiful it seemed. Thanks for watching till the end. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more stories of truth, pain, and survival.